Hi everyone, I hope this video finds you feeling well. I wanted to share a short practice with you all since we're all going through a pretty drastic transition in our lives that we obviously weren't expecting, and it can make us feel really off-centered and vulnerable and just anxious. And so I really, my yoga practice is something that is helping me through this transition. And I think it really has the power to heal us individually, but also on a collective level. And obviously yoga studios right now aren't really an option for us to get together and practice. So I thought I would share just a short video so that maybe we can practice together from afar and continue spreading that light in a time when it's really needed. So yeah, thank you for watching, and we'll get started on our backs. And just take your time getting there. Be really gentle with yourself. And we'll start in our Shavasana. And it's your choice whether you'd like your legs out long. Let's flip our palms up and open towards the sky. If we want more support in our lower back, we can bend our knees, bring our feet flat on the floor. Sometimes I even like to walk my feet to the edge of the mat and let my knees fall in on each other. So whatever feels most comfortable for you. And once we arrive and we're able to find stillness, let's take a deep inhale through our nose. Exhale, sigh out the mouth. Can take a few more of those if it felt good. Also, feel free to play some nice music that you like on your own. I just didn't want to interrupt the sound of the video. So whatever you need to do to make yourself comfortable. And today I actually wanted to start by bringing our focus to our mind. And let's first just acknowledge how we're feeling. How are we feeling mentally? What are we feeling? What feelings and emotions have been stirred up through this transition? And just so you know, anything that you're feeling right now, you're not alone. And anything that you're feeling right now is okay. And I know from my personal experience and from friends I've talked to and family, a lot of the feelings and or emotions, are stress, anxiety, worry, fear, uncertainty, boredom. I've even heard, people feeling a bit insane and off-center. But I've also heard some positive things, and I felt some positive things, like motivated and inspired, open-minded, open-hearted, calm. And so just take a moment and notice what comes up for you right now. And I wanted to start focusing on the mind today so that we can we can acknowledge those feelings. And I was reading an article last night that says, when we can acknowledge how we feel and put a name to it, we're better able to deal with it and address it. And so I wanted to start with the mind so that maybe we can work out some of these feelings and emotions through our physical body and then come in contact with our spirit, which is what I think will really carry us through hard times. So let's take another deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Do 2 more. Feel the whole body relax. Feel the back of your head against the mat, or maybe it's a blanket or the carpet, your floor, wherever you are. Know that you are supported. And let's gently bring our awareness to our breath. And we can slowly start to deepen our breath. And just by simply following our inhale and our exhale, it brings us directly into the present moment. And it stops our thinking mind, and possibly right now our worrying mind, which I'm sure we could all use a break from. And on our next inhale, whenever you feel ready, let's reach arms above the head, full body stretch. And just hang out here for a few moments, really stretching through the side body, finding space in the ribs. Maybe you take the feet and the head to one side of the mat, making a little C with our body. Setting the stage for full deep breaths throughout our practice. And take one more big inhale. Exhale, hug the knees in towards the chest. Slightly scoop the tailbone up, feel the lower back on the mat. And just find any movement that feels good. So you can rock knees side to side. Massaging the lower back, the tops of the glutes. A little bit of self-massage. Maybe you take the knees together in a circle away from you and then back in. Taking a moment to listen to your body and what it needs, and just staying curious. And then let's all bring our knees back to center. Push through both your heels, flex your feet, wrap the arms around the shins. Make sure shoulders are drawing back and down. Take a big in-breath. Exhale, let's peel our nose up towards our knees, come into a little ball. Inhale here. Exhale, let's release head to the floor, bring the feet to the floor, knees up to the sky. Arms can come down alongside, palms face down, Or we can bend at our elbows, have the palms face each other if the shoulders are really tight. So wherever you are, once you're ready, gently press into your feet, scoop the tailbone and lift the hips up any amount. Exhale, we start with the upper back, roll down the length of the spine. Coming into our rolling bridges and just move with your own breath. Be here for multiple rounds. So inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. Exhale, roll back down. Making sure gaze is straight up to the sky. Sternum comes to the chin, chin lifts. Take 2 more rounds. Do your best not to grip in the toes. Waking up the base of our spine, the root chakra. And once you release, we'll hug both knees into the chest. Awesome. And then take the right knee in, send the left leg out long. Push through the left heel. Notice how this feels. And then we'll just gently rock the right knee side to side. And let's see if we can isolate that movement. So instead of the whole body rocking, let's really try and allow the right hip joint to be loose. Use the arm strength to move the knee back and forth. Shoulders stay grounded, really pushing through the left heel. And then take the right knee back to center. Inhale, right leg straight up to the sky. Interlace behind your thigh. And let's just point and flex the right foot. And your leg may be shaking here, and that's okay. It just lets us know we're alive. Waking up some muscles that maybe have been asleep lately. Let's rotate our ankle, circle the ankle one way and then the other. And this may be enough of a stretch here, and if it is, we can stay here. Or we can begin to walk our hands up our leg, any amount. Just avoid putting the hands on the knee. Relax the skin of the face and the forehead and really breathe into the back of the leg. We'll walk the hands back down, bring the right leg back up to center. Release your arms, palms face down. Take a big inhale. As we exhale, we'll gently lower the right foot towards the floor, keeping the right leg straight. Going as slow as we possibly can, navel to spine. And once you release, relax in Shavasana, flip the palms upwards. And breathe. Notice the difference between the right and the left leg. And on our next inhale, let's do a full body stretch. Exhale, hug the left knee into the chest. Push through your right heel, ground the right leg. Notice how that feels, and then we can begin rocking the left knee from side to side. And then we can take left knee back to center. Inhale, left leg straight up, moving into the other side. Notice right away the difference between the right and the left leg, if there is any. Let's interlace behind your thigh. And start by just pointing and flexing the left foot. Maybe even try spreading your toes. Shoulders are grounded the best we can. And we'll circle the left ankle one way and then the other. Observe any sensations you're feeling throughout the leg when you circle the ankle, noticing the interconnectedness of our body. And maybe this is enough of a stretch, but if not, we'll start to walk our hands up the left leg. It's okay to bend the knee as well. It's actually encouraged. Never want to lock our knees. Feel the release of stagnant energy. Make sure we're not on our knee. And definitely encouraging any self-massage that you feel called to, because we may be lacking in human touch right now, which is something we need. We can provide a bit for ourselves. Just remember that. And let's walk the hands back down. Bring that left leg back to center. Release your arms to your side, palms face down. Big in breath. Exhale, keeping left leg straight. Push through the heel, slowly lower towards the floor. Really bringing navel to spine. Beautiful. And once we release, just melt into your mat. Flip the palms upwards. Find the openness in the heart. 2 deep breaths. And on our next inhale, let's find one more big full body stretch. Exhale, hug both knees into the chest. And we'll begin to either rock up to a seat, or we can roll onto one side and use a helping hand to push us up. Taking your time getting there. And we won't be seated too long, but let's just find a place where we'll be comfortable for a few minutes. And so whether that's cross-legged or legs out long, that's really up to you. And feel free to sit on something if you have like a little couch pillow or blanket, or if you have a yoga block. If your hips feel really tight, maybe lift the hips a little bit. And we'll just start with some shoulder rolls. So inhale, squeeze the shoulders forward and up. Exhale, back and down. Move with your own breath. One more. And then really settle those shoulders, drawing back and down. Reach the crown of the head up to the sky. Sit up as tall as you can and feel free to close your eyes. Take a big in breath. Exhale, we'll drop right ear to right shoulder. Stretching through the neck. And so a few options here, variations to take this stretch a little deeper. We can take our right hand, place it on the left ear. We're not pushing down, but just kind of placing the hand, letting gravity do the work. And really using your breath to find space in this pose. Notice what you feel when you take a deep breath here. And also another option to stick left fingertips out, and this may cause you to feel a stretch all the way down through your arm, maybe even into your hand. Release left hand if it was reaching out, and then we'll release right hand. Inhale, head back to center. Exhale, we drop left ear to left shoulder. Check in with your shoulders. Make sure they're still drawing back and down. You're sitting up tall. Option to take that left hand, place it on the right ear. And remember not to push here, and just place it. You should notice a difference right away. And if we feel like we want a little more to change the stretch, we can reach those right fingertips out. And we'll take right fingertips back to where they rest. Release left hand. Inhale, head through center. Exhale, let's drop chin to chest. Once again, check in with your shoulders. And then we'll move into circles with our nose. So inhaling as we bring our gaze up. Exhale as we drop chin to chest. And move with your own breath. Make these as small or as big as you'd like. Reverse directions whenever you feel ready. Notice if you start to collapse in the spine. And then we'll bring our head back to center. And once again, sit up tall. Let's release our fingertips to our sides and really get body and breath connected. So inhale, arms rise. Exhale down the same way. Keep going. And feel free to move at your own pace. I'll let you know when we're going to transition. We can also incorporate our gaze, inhaling, bringing gaze up with the arms. Exhale, following the arms back down. Our arms are extensions of our heart. Two more. Once you release, let's bring chin to chest, draw shoulders back and down, and if you feel comfortable, bringing palms to the heart, Anjali Mudra. And I encourage you to just take a quiet moment for whatever you need right now. Whether that's just a really nice stretch in the back of the neck, maybe a mantra, maybe a prayer, or just a moment to express gratitude. Big in breath. Exhale, release the hands. Let's bring them out in front of us. Spread your fingers wide. And then we'll come on to all fours, taking our time. Really particular about our alignment and our foundation because we build everything off of that. Spread the palms wide, wrists underneath shoulders, knees underneath hips. Whenever you feel ready, moving into your cat-cow. Inhale, drop belly, lift head and tail. Exhale, start with your tail, really press into your foundation. Chin to chest. Move with your own breath. I think the more flexible that we can become in our spine, which contains our main energy centers of our body, the more flexible and balanced we can become on our mat and in our bodies, the more flexible and balanced we can be in our everyday life. Press into the tops of your feet, claw through your fingertips. Take one more round. And we'll come back to tabletop. If you need a moment to come off the wrists, let's curl our toes. Maybe a big stretch for the feet, but that's okay. Walk your hands back towards your knees. Just kind of circle through your wrists. Showing some love, some self-massage. And whenever you feel ready, come back to tabletop. We're going to check in with our core, our solar plexus. So curl your toes, preparing for hovering cat, making sure your shoulders are really drawn away from your ears and that you're hugging that lower belly into your spine. Inhale, take the gaze just slightly forward. Exhale, lift the knees off the mat. Just a small amount. Tailbone slightly tucked. And give yourself permission to really feel that shake in the body. Let the heat build. Even if it's a little bit uncomfortable, we breathe through it. Take 2 more breaths wherever you are. Exhale, release the knees. Awesome. We'll bring the knees as wide as the mat. 2 big toes to touch. Option to come down into quarter dog on the forearms. Or we can sink the hips all the way back towards the heels. Reach the arms in front of us and find our extended child's pose. Releasing our forehead towards the mat or maybe even towards our hands or our fists. Let's try to come into contact with that third eye point. our place of intuition, and that place where we're able to see things beyond the physical realm. Beautiful. When you feel ready, inhale, rise up, keep the knees where they are. Let's slowly walk the palms just a little bit in front of our shoulders, giving ourselves some space. And we'll do circles with our hips. So inhale, come up, forward, and around. Exhale, we take it back. It's going to look a little different for everyone. Feel a little different for everyone. Just like these times that we are going through. We all have the ability to breathe. Breathe through it. And come into the present moment. Let's reverse directions. Feel free to linger in the places that need a little extra love or extra care. And then once you're satisfied, we'll just release back to our resting pose, whatever that looked like for you. Take a really deep breath. And then we'll inhale, rise back up, all fours. And from here, we'll slide the right toes out behind us. Multiple options and variations. Maybe we stay here. Just kind of checking in. You can stretch through your calf and through your toes by sawing the body back and forth. Or we have the option to come to stillness here. Really lift from your inner thigh. Lift the right leg. You can even look behind you and make sure that your leg's not lifting up too high. Trying to get in line with our hip. You can do that by turning the toes down. Option to stay here, or we can reach left fingertips. Really press into the top of your left foot. Draw that left shoulder in. Hug everything towards your midline. And invite that shake if you're feeling it. Take one more breath wherever you are. Exhale, let's release with control. Take a cat-cow, reset your spine. And we'll move to the other side. So inhale, left toes up behind you. Option to stay here and just stretch through the foot, through the toes, the calf. Although if we want a little bit more of a challenge, can really lift from that inner thigh, lift the left leg. Check in, notice how this feels, hug the lower belly in. And then maybe we send right fingertips out long. Gaze straight down. Continuing to breathe. Plug the right shoulder in. And take one more breath wherever you are. Exhale, release. Awesome. Take a cat-cow. And we'll work our way up to standing, however you want to get there. Or we have the option to inhale, look forward. Exhale, curl your toes, lift the hips up and back, and find your downward dog. Really pressing through your palms evenly. Draw the shoulders back and down, upper arm bones rotate out. And option to pedal the feet, find a little movement. Maybe you walk the feet wide, and then back in. And we're looking for a straight spine here, not straight legs, so feel free to bend your knees. And let's do our best to come into stillness wherever we are. Take a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh it out. Take 2 more. Inhale, gaze towards the hands. Exhale, walk the feet to meet the hands for a forward fold. Bend your knees as much as you need so belly comes to thigh. Maybe walk your feet a little bit wider than your hips. And allow the head to hang down. Shake the head, yes and no. Find any movement that feels good here. Maybe you walk your fingertips to one side and the other. Relax the skin of the face. Forward folds are really great for our nervous system, really help with stress and anxiety. And whenever it feels right to you, drop the sit bones down, press into the feet. We'll begin to roll up to a standing position. And once you arrive, find your mountain pose. Draw the shoulders back and down. Feel the feet rooting down, slight bend in the knees, crown of the head lifting to the sky. And then we'll come to the front of our mats. Feet hip width apart, step your right foot back into your warrior one. So right toes face the front right corner. We bend into our left knee directly over left ankle. We're working to get our hips so they're facing forward, but if they're a little open to the right side, that's okay too. Once you have your footing, we'll inhale, lift the arms. Draw your shoulders back and down. Warrior one. And from here, we'll open our hearts. So inhale, gaze to the hands. Exhale, let's release the hands and interlace behind the tail. And so a few options here. Leave the legs where they are. We can inhale, draw the fingertips down, open through the heart, lift the gaze. And we can stay here. Or from here we can inhale, exhale, hinge at the hips, come down halfway. Or we can take the head all the way towards the floor, coming into a full expression of our humble warrior. Pressing firmly into your feet, try not to grip the toes. When you feel ready, let's inhale, rise back up, press into the feet. Exhale, release the arms with control. Inhale, let's lift arms up one more time. Exhale, release, step right foot to meet the left, and just kind of shake it out in the legs. And we'll move to the other side, feet hip width apart, step the left foot back into your warrior one footing. Left toes face front left corner, bend into the right knee. Once you have your foundation, inhale, lift the arms. Pressing into the outer edge of our back foot. Shoulders drawing back and down. Tailbone just slightly tucked. Inhale, gaze to the hands. Exhale, release the hands and let's interlace behind the tail. Inhale, draw fingertips down, open through the heart. And breathe. Maybe we stay here. Or maybe we hinge at the hips, come down halfway. Head facing the front of the mat. Or we come all the way down into our humble warrior, bringing head towards the floor. Really deep heart opener. When you feel ready, press into the feet. Inhale, rise back up. Exhale, release the arms. Inhale, let's lift them one more time. Strong warriors. Exhale, release your arms. Step left foot to meet the right. And let's just shake it out. Come back to the front of the mat and we'll do a sun salutation and move back down towards the floor. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, let's hinge at our hips, forward fold. Inhale, come up halfway, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, take your time. Step or hop back to our plank pose. And today I'm going to offer knees, chest, chin option, but feel free to take chaturanga if you have it in your practice. So inhale, look forward. Exhale, release knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, we slide through cobra. Exhale, release back down. Let's curl the toes. Inhale to all fours. And exhale, take it all the way back to your child's pose. Option to have the arms in front, or we can bring the arms behind us. Allow the shoulders to relax. Take a few deep breaths. Notice the heart. And then let's inhale, rise back up. Swing our legs to one side. And come onto a seat with the legs out long. And we'll take a seated forward fold. So we push through the heels, But it's okay to have our knees bent. We can even support our knees with something if the backs of the legs are really tight. Sitting up as tall as we can, and when we fold, we want to bring our belly to our thighs, support the lower back. Inhale, arms rise. Exhale, hinge at the hips, come into your fold, and we'll hold. And maybe if we feel like we can go deeper, instead of trying to really straighten the legs, try reaching your tailbone towards the back of the mat a bit more. Just a different way to look at it. And if it's available in the body, we can release the head. Notice how that changes the stretch. Breathe deeply into the back body. Just for a moment, let's inhale, lift back up, find some space and elongate the spine. Exhale, come back down to your fold. One more deep breath here. And then we'll rise back up. Scoot towards the front of the mat. And before we come to lie down on the back, bring your feet flat to the floor, knees up to the sky. We'll come into our boat pose. So finding that sweet spot on your bottom, a place where you can balance. Draw the shoulders back and down, hands behind the thighs. As we lean back, we lift one leg and then the other. Shins are parallel to the ceiling. And also options to play here. You can release your arms and take them wide, which is a bit more of a challenge. Attempt to straighten the legs. Once again, maybe feeling that shake, and that's okay. Take one more breath. Exhale, release your feet. Give yourself a hug. Awesome. And then we'll just gently come onto our backs, however you'd like to get there. Once again, taking your time, being gentle. And once you get there, let's take knees into the chest. And we'll end our asana with just a gentle reclined twist, bringing the arms out to the side. Big in-breath. Exhale, let's drop both knees to the right side of the mat. And breathe deep. Also the option to take gaze over the left shoulder, but don't force it if it doesn't feel right in your body. And it's okay if that left shoulder is lifting off the floor a bit. Never forcing, just allowing. And then we'll inhale, knees through center. Exhale, bring them to the other side. Taking a moment to notice if the spine is in line, head, heart, and hips all in line. Notice where you send your breath in this twist. And then we'll inhale, knees back to center. And just take any last movements that the body is asking for. Before we come to our final resting pose, our Shavasana. And I encourage you to stay in your final resting pose for maybe, 3 to 5 minutes. It is the most important pose of our practice, especially when we're processing so much through our minds and through our bodies right now. And so thank you all for sharing your time and energy with me. Take care and be well. Namaste.